Welcome, everyone, to our Wednesday night live. Let me finish turning off the music here. So, as you can see, we're at a different setting, which just reminded me I need to turn on my other phone recording here. So, hold on just one second. Thank you for your patience. All right, camera, video, that way. Okay. So see if this is going to work today. I didn't even check this out. Oh, not so good, but it is what it is. What do you do? Let's see. Sorry about that. Okay, that's just going to have to do. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let me get back to the right pages here. There we go. So who do we have here? We've got a few people on board, so great. Tonight, we've got some great things we're going to be talking about tonight that relate to, I have to push record, sorry. There, now it's recording. So tonight, we're going to be talking about a few things that relate to the energy of love and relationships and how they're developing now, the energies around that, which is kind of exciting. At least I think it's exciting. Hello, Greece. Welcome. We don't usually have people from the other side of the planet, so that's nice to see. The other thing that we're going to be talking about tonight is outsourcing anger. Anger is a very big energy on the planet right now, but not everybody has permission to have their anger. So we're going to talk about how you might be outsourcing that anger. A little bit hot here tonight. I am in Northern California visiting my brother. I'm up here for my son's wedding. He's getting married this weekend. So speaking of love and new energies and frequencies that are coming in. So it's definitely being revealed in lots of ways. Welcome, Utah. All right, great. And let's see if anybody over here on Instagram has anything to say. We might have to move that. Not at the moment. Okay, great. Whoopsie. Did I just ruin things? Looks like we have to. Not now. Okay, there we go. Now I'm frozen over there. Okay, we're just a little bit off tonight. Okay, that's what happens when you're traveling. Okay, sorry. Don't know why I'm frozen on Instagram. Okay, we'll just come back to the rest of you and see how this is going here. All right, don't fall down. There we go. So, don't do that. The camera's resting on the keys, so I hope it's not messing anything up. So you can hear me. Okay, we'll get started. Switzerland. Oh, awesome. We have, and Hawaii, we have people out of our continent, which is always exciting. Tonight, the first thing that I wanted to talk about was this, this idea of outsourcing your energy. Maybe you've heard of this concept before. I know that in my relationship, when I was married, I did not have permission to have any of my own anger. My husband at the time owned all the anger, and I was not very good at being able to speak up. And so as a result, it felt like the only time that I could feel like it was okay to be in my angry energy is if I poked at him, got him to be angry, and then now we could all be in this angry energy. And so you might think of whether or not this is something you do. Like you don't really give yourself permission to be in your angry energy unless someone else is angry first. And then you can kind of sit in that angry energy and give yourself permission that way. So there is a much healthier way to be in your angry energy. So first of all, you need to recognize that you even have this pattern, that you even do this before you can change it. So once you recognize that you have this pattern, then you can start to change it. By one, there's a way to calibrate how much anger you do have in your energy field, and then just check which chakra it's in, and you can put your focus there. And it's like putting a flashlight on something. Once you put your focus on where the energies are stuck or congested, they just dissolve. So you might try that if you don't really know how to exactly calibrate or um, too much about getting that internal yes or no. So in case you hear that squawking, that's my brother's birds. So apparently he can hear me out here. So now he's creating a ruckus. So hopefully that won't be too disturbing. At any rate, so once you know how to find and discover where you're holding this angry energy, which is most of the time not even your anger, then you can let it go, dissolve it, transmute it. And then you won't have to feel like you have to even be angry. So you can let other people have their anger, and that can just be what it is. So that's one interesting thing about angry energy. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk about tonight was the energies of love and relationships and how that's changing on the planet. Now, I don't know about you, but I've noticed a lot of, um, like, say, videos on social media where especially women are calling out men cheaters, but I've seen it in both directions. But what's happening is all of these distortions and things that have been hidden, it's happening across the globe, but I'm seeing it especially in relationships. Things that have been hidden are starting to come out, getting discovered, being revealed and exposed, and sometimes not in very nice ways, but this is all part of the family structure and uh, relationships that are dismantling. And these old systems, these old ways of being that are not working, they need to crumble before um, we can replace them with something new. So this is not about trying to fix old things. That's kind of the old paradigm where, let's try and repair this broken thing, as opposed to kind of just scrapping the whole thing and starting over. Now, that can be done in like a relationship that you do have. It's a little more challenging and definitely needs to be done with help. It's not something that you can usually do on your own, because if you could have, you would have already done that. So you usually need help to uncouple effectively as the energies come up that need to be released and dismissed. And it is definitely a process. There are other relationships that just need to go by the wayside. Like, that your partner is never going to change. And that, instead of trying to fix them, if you're going to stay in the relationship, the answers are always here. So we need to, if you want to say fix, if there's anything to fix or repair or shift and change, it's not in the other person. And that's the biggest thing that people need to understand and realize, is that instead of blaming the other person for all of the things that are going wrong in your relationship, that taking 100% accountability for everything we create is where it starts. And so when we start changing ourselves, sometimes that will automatically change your existing relationship. Other times in that process, you see, and it's much more clear, how absolutely broken something is and how you've been hanging on to something far longer than you should have. And so, of course, every situation is different, and it's hard to know until you're actually up against that cross in the roads. Hang on, let me take a breather here. It is very hot. And let's see who's here. I've got glasses too, so we're going to check and see who's here today. Anne, And if you guys maybe have some questions about what we're talking about outsourcing anger, this is something that can be calibrated, as I mentioned last week when we were talking about the frequencies of passion, anger, rage, fury, and now this new energy. I was referring to it as a new energy, but it's not like it's new. It's new in the sense that I'm becoming more conscious of how we can use this fierce energy in a really effective way. So that's what we were talking about last week. Am I cutting in and out? Is anybody else experiencing that? Hmm. I hope not. I am in a different location. I do see it is kind of choppy over on Instagram, but hopefully we'll be in more than out. I hope. All right. This is a lot of Roman numerals and 78. Dear Kimberly. Oh, this is Michaela from Switzerland. Let's see. 2 months ago, you told me I do have a lot of anger, rage in my energy field, a program given to me. My question is, can you help reduce these emotions? Yes. And so I'm not doing clearings here, but I'll tell you where the energies are, and you can focus there and try to relieve it yourself. If you're still having trouble and you'd like to work with me, then that'd be great. We could get right to some things, but let's see what is the cause of your anger, because it's likely not yours in the first place. So first I want to calibrate how much anger, rage, and fury you do have, and if you have any of that fierce energy at the moment. So well, let's also measure passion, okay, which is sometimes confused with anger. So your passion is at 15%. Your anger is at 15%, rage 15%, anger, rage, and fury is 50%. And then the energy of fierceness or being fierce is 0. So this is the fierce energy is more of an energy that you call in when you need it for a very specific reason, to excise something, to cut something out, and with great precision and very specific on purpose kind of an energy. That's what this fierce energy is good for. So let's see where these angry energies are. So in your sixth chakra, so the beliefs and thoughts that go round and round in your head, and when you see the world through this angry filter, then that's pretty much all you see. You see all the things that piss you off and make you frustrated and annoyed. And this anger is kicking you out of your body because it's not comfortable. So you're only occupying your body about 15%. So what's holding this anger, rage, and fury in place? These are programs. Programs put here by the dark side. There's about 50 in your sixth chakra. So if you dissolve and transmute that, that would eliminate the thoughts that keep the angry energies in place. And then at your root chakra, there's another 50 of those programs that are also keeping this angry energy in your field. So if you were to dissolve and transmute both of those, that would help eliminate the excess anger that you have. So when we do this, it doesn't mean that we're taking away your anger. You can go from 0 to 100 just like that whenever you need it. So we're helping you release the excess anger that's not yours. And it's an angry energy that many people have learned how to use as a fuel source. Like this is how they motivate themselves. They get they access this angry energy to kind of beat themselves and kind of make themselves wrong. And, can't you do this better, faster, more? And it's not sustainable, too hard on the nervous system, and it's just not fun. So those are the angry energies that are in your field, Michaela. Yeah. So you can see what you can do. See what you can do with those angry energies, if you can take care of that on your own. Um, let's see. Sandy has a question here. Is that what happened to me when I asked about the sciatica? Um, okay, so you're on your TV. Um, let's see. I don't know if can't recall if that was an angry energy. Maybe it was. Yeah, can't quite remember. But when you say, is that what happened to me? I am not sure what that is. So maybe you could be more specific. Welcome, Sveta. Let's see about your questions here. Hang on. Would you confirm if my Egyptian elixir journey has fully unfolded? Yeah, let's see. So Sveta was at the retreat in Sedona, and we integrated that plant medicine 100% there, but it unfolded over time. So we're going to see if Sveta is done unfolding. Yes, you are complete 100% in your unfolding journey of what the medicine taught you or what you were learning from it. So congratulations. All right, great. Elena, last time I met a guy who I had a short relationship with, I felt how he was angry. Was it maybe influencing me somehow because I split up with him? Also, my question is, are some people courting to me? Um, so, so when you're asking about this relationship, is it influencing you? It's very unlikely that it's not influencing you. When you're around somebody who's angry, it's a really big energy, and uh, it it's not very comfortable to be around. This person was plugged plugged into and is still. So you're asking about courting, still plugged into your solar plexus. So with his angry energy, that is not going to feel very comfortable. And so when someone is plugged into your solar plexus, they're trying to control what you do. And so if he's controlling you with anger on top of that, he's going to be angry if you don't do what he wants or likes or prefers or asks you to do. And that's not much fun. Yeah, he is 100% in the energy of anger, rage, and 100% fury. And he's only in his body 3%. So he's not even really aware of how much this angry energy is occupying his field. And the bad part about it is that that much anger in your field that you stay unaware of is going to create havoc in your body behind the scenes. Like when nobody's home, the house is on fire. So it creates a lot of inflammation, all the itis problems, dermatitis, arthritis, um, all the itises. Can't even think of any right now. But anyway, it causes a lot of inflammation. Are there any other people courting just in the root? Those 5. Well, I actually said solar plexus. So there's 5 also in your root chakra. So there you go. All right. Best of luck. All right, Gigi, I have always felt a calm, peaceful love for my friend of over 30 years. Is there anything in me that is not allowing a relationship to progress more than friendship? Wow, after 30 years, um, you do have some unresolved lifetimes with this person. You have 5, they have 3, and the energies are in the heart. So it looks like there was probably a broken heart in these past lives. And so until you can clear this old imprint that's still sitting here, not wanting to get activated again. And so thus, you keep the relationship away so that you don't have to experience that heartbreak again. Also in the root chakra, there is a fear of failure. So yeah, if the relationship didn't work, it may have felt like a failure. So those energies would need to be cleared. If you were to create a we space for these, even just a we space, but I'm thinking the two of you in this we space, it has no grounding cord. There's no earth energy coming up through the legs. There's no creative rings. So if you indeed would like to move in that direction, create an avatar for your we space first. Get that flowing. Otherwise, the real relationship will never flow. There's also no receiving in the left hand of this we space avatar, so you wouldn't be able to even receive love if he gave it to you, and vice versa. Also, when I'm looking at your field, like in your heart is only open 15%. So if you think, let's see, this person, okay, so you're a mirror for each other. His heart is also only open 15%. So if you want more than just 15% love in a relationship, open your heart, make sure it's 100% open, grounded, and then that circle of reciprocity is flowing out and receiving. So all of those pieces need to be in place before a relationship is going to be successful. Those are some of the parts. Some of the most important parts for you, Gigi. So hopefully you'll be able to figure that out, and best of luck. It was Fury. Okay, thank you, Sandy. The sciatic. So did you did you clear that sciatic? It looks like it's clear, and the earth energy is coming up through the legs. Is the sciatic feeling any better? I'm curious. All right, Sue. Hello, Kimberly. I have a tickle cough. I can't seem to get it to heal. Just like to check to see if my roommate is still courting or curses, etc. Can you see where my anger is in my body? All right, so we have worked on this in the past, and it was always a cord at your throat, and that's what it is again. So there's about 5 cords from, we'll call it the roommate. Let me just get some water here for a minute. Hang on. Okay, great. So you've already taken that out. And he's also cording to your heart chakra with some fury. So he's trying to make you feel wrong or bad about something. So there's that. And then the level of anger in your field is only 15%, rage 15, fury 15. So that's a program. When all 3 of them are 15, you could go to the root chakra and clear the 50 programs that keep that in place. And you are in your body 100% though. So yeah, thanks for asking. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Hang on. This is Faith. Hi, Kimberly. Can you see my energy field in respect to anger or something I need to take care of? Very vague. Something you need to take care of. Well, let's check the anger. There's only 15% anger in your field, rage 15, fury 15. So that's a program, just like I mentioned with the last person. So you'd need to clear those 50 programs in the root chakra, and that would clear those little bits of anger, rage, and fury. Is there something you need to take care of? There's some programs in your root chakra that are keeping some fear in place. So the fear is stopping you from taking care of whatever this thing is that you're talking about you need to take care of. Fear comes in many flavors, and there's lots of faces to fear. It can show up as just being tired or distracted or unmotivated. So in your case, the part that's in the root chakra is fear. It's a fear of failure. And so with the fear of failure, if you never start or you never do the thing, then you'll never have to fail. So you won't have to experience that fear of failure. How much better it would be to clear that fear of failure in your root chakra. Now you know where it is. It's held in place by 50 of those programs. And then once you don't have to worry about failing, because really there's no failing, it's all just information. If something doesn't work out the way you thought it was going to or hoped, or it's not failure. That's just information that you need to change directions, do something different. So that fear of failure is kind of a funny little program. But yeah. All right, let's see what else. What else do we have? Sandy, in my root 50 boxes that caused my sciatic pain, I believe it was for yes. Okay, great. It is better. Great. Well, thank you for letting us all know. So Sandy had some fury in her sciatic, in that sacrum area, and she cleared it out and says it's way better now. So great. Thanks for sharing. Elena. So my dancing partner from salsa and Ader, the second one, I don't know what that means, from the dancing course are not courted to you. Your dancing partner is not courting to you. And I think that means the other one from the Zumba, maybe that's what it, Kizumba dancing. No, neither of them are courted to you. So this is a good question. How do you avoid people from courting to you? You can't. It's not the answer you want to hear. I actually think it's more, there's a lot more information in knowing how someone's courting to you than if somebody never courted to you. So when someone courts to you, where they court to you is significant. If someone is courting to your heart chakra, especially with a lot of anger, we already discussed this with another person, then that's going to signify that this person is trying to manipulate you without words, silently, with angry energy, trying to make you feel bad. Now, isn't that far more valuable information that if they never courted, you would not know how this person is operating? So I don't think it's as effective to never be courted. I think it's more effective to be a master decourter. So it's very easy to feel. You can just run your hand across, like if someone courting to your crown, you just run it across the midline of your, that central pole, we'll call it, and then just down the front side of all your chakras. Like if somebody was courted to your heart, it would feel spongy right about there. You go, oh yeah, there, yeah, I can feel that. That's information. Pull them out, recheck, so that then you can be a master decourter, and then you'll also know how people are trying to silently manipulate you without words. All right, we just got the signal that the battery is about to die. Let's see, no, we still got, okay, one moment. Let's see if there's a plug over here. There's not. Okay, so that means we have to change this whole setup here so we don't die. Okay, we're moving. We're coming over here now. Okay. There we go. So hang on. Plugging things in. There we go. We don't want to die. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, still good. There. Okay, great. All right. So that was some valuable information about cording or not cording at all. So, and then my glasses are over there, so I use these ones. Hang on. It's a funny night tonight. Okay. All right, Elena. I thought I cleared the 5 chords from my root from the last guy, and you just told he is there corded. I got answer that it's cleared. Okay, well, great. It's good to get clear information, isn't it? Okay. Aloha, Kaylin. I think that's how you say your name. I always butcher it. Sorry. Okay, Faith says, wow, thank you so much. Yes, I thought it was a fear of failure, but the confirmation will aid me. Okay, great. Eva, can you let me know if anyone is corded to you? Let's see. Well, here's one thing that I'd like you to do. So when someone is cording to the root chakra, it's a little harder to tell, like where do you put your hand to feel if there's a cord there. So I'll let you know that there are 5 chords from a female, maybe your mother. I'm getting a yes on that. Angry, yeah. So see if that resonates. You can always take her out. Okay, now I'm just so sweaty. Okay, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Is there any anger with regard to my clenching my teeth? It has improved since you worked with me, but would like to not have to wear a bite guard at night. Okay. Anger. It's only 15%. It's in the root chakra, second layer, held in place by 50 programs. Hang on, I just want to check this jaw. So right at the jaw, like right where you would clench, there's a lot of fury there, 100% there. So there are some chords. 5. Okay. I haven't found this before. So these are 5 demons that are corded right here into your jaw. I guess they like it when you're clenching. So, yeah, they're furious. So clear them and programs about 50 also right at the jaw. Okay, yeah, that would be good. I have to go get this thing. Hang on. Sorry. I'm so off tonight. It's really fun. I feel like I'm so sweaty. It's really hot here, so I think it's in the 90s. It's really warm, really warm. Okay. So yeah, take those out, Nancy, and we'll see if that gets better. You know, we're working on all different kinds of angles for this. So here's another angle for you. All right. Decording. Yes, as in taking chords out. Mikhail again. Okay, thank you so much for your response. I will get in touch with you to work one-to-one. Yes, great. Another general question maybe, when you talk about dark forces, what do you mean by that exactly? So I often refer to the dark forces as AI or ancient interference. These are the dark energies that have been on the planet for eons. And of course, they control all of the lower tiers of darkness, our shadow government. And um, sometimes they control demons or other entities. So it can be, in general, I'm referring to um, the dark energies on the planet. Yeah. So sometimes I get more specific, but that's what I mean when I refer to the dark energies. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay. We're Elena. I have a problem with weaker memory since I am in the menopause. Could you check if it's because of it? I am considering a bioidentical hormone therapy. Will it help with that? I don't know because I'm not a doctor. However, when it comes to memory, there's a lot of things that you could check on. Today I was working with a gentleman who had years and years and years of chronic fatigue syndrome, and we went very deep into the architecture. So for me to say it's just this or that, that might be part of the problem, because memory can be a lot of things. It can even be parasites. The detox from parasites can affect you with brain fog and not having your brain function. I would also want to calibrate all the parts of your brain. There's at least maybe about 10 or a dozen different parts of the brain that I check and calibrate. So I have a sense that those are low, very low. As a matter of fact, I'm just because I'm curious. I just want to go through and just check a few of these, and then you can get an idea. Like I said, I'm not doing any clearings here, but then you can get an idea of what's going on with your brain as well. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 10. Okay, good. Caudate nucleus is only 15%. Substantia nigra, 15%. Subthalamic nucleus, 15%. Internal capsule, 15%. Putamen, 15. This is from Pure Source. Okay, so let me redo this. When they all go like that, it makes me want to recheck it because it doesn't feel accurate. So hang on. Okay, so now let's recheck it. I think it's still going to be low, but maybe not so consistent. Caudate nucleus, yeah, 3%. Substantia nigra, 15. Subthalamic nucleus, 3%. Internal capsule, 3%. Putamen, 15. Insula, 15. External capsule, 3%. Your claustrum. I've done a lot of research and work on the claustrum. That's only 3%. That takes a little journey depends on the person, but it's meant to inform all of your body systems and body organs as it travels down the spine and back up again. Extreme capsule, 3%. Globus pallidus, 15%. So these are all the parts that I worked with this gentleman today. We brought everything up to 100%. And so that's not waving a magic wand. What we're doing is finding the frequencies that bring all these parts of the brain down. And then the brain can start to energetically function at 100%. And then over time, in his case, I think it was about 10 days, the body will start to catch up as long as those frequencies are maintained at 100%. So that's basically how sort of the mechanics of how that works. But the best part is that you start to think more clearly. And there've been days that I've been here and I can't remember this and I can't remember that. And so I thought, that's been too much of that. So let me go check my brain. And I'll check my brain, and there will be parts that will be off. I'll clear it, have much more clarity, focus, recall, and things just flow much better. So that's there's other things that we could also check as well that relate to memory, but that is just a snapshot. So my suggestion would be, if you are really serious about getting this taken care of and addressed, is to set up an appointment for a chat. We could talk more about it, or if you just want to get to it, then email support@kimberlysherry.com and we'll give you some options. All right. Here is somebody else. Let's see. Check your jaw, Tara. Check your jaw for, do you have TMJ? Yes. Fury as well. Let's see if you have something similar to Nancy. No, there's no cords in the jaw, but you do have fury in your field, and that can create clenching when you're sleeping or throughout the day, just kind of clenching your jaw, but definitely grinding at night. Your anger, 50%, rage, 50, fury, 50. So that's program, root chakra, 50 programs, yeah, in the root chakra, keeping that in place. So there you go, Tara. All right. I'm sorry you feel sweaty, but you look amazing. Oh, that's great. I appreciate that. I never get tired of compliments. Drink a lot. Yes. Now my water's over there, so I'll be fine. You're welcome, Nancy. All right, Kaylin. Do you foresee some kind of master clearing for potential examples like running energy through the main channels daily? Or fully connecting into the highest possible self? It sounds like you're asking for like maybe a shortcut. Like, can we just like flip the switch? Can you just program the clearing and just do the clearing? Is that what you're talking about? I do have some clients that do that, and it seems to work for them. So it's a matter of programming your system to do that. I personally have never done that because I don't know, I somehow don't trust that it's just going to do it. It feels like it's going to miss something. So I like to check. I don't run my energy every day, but I am so familiar with my energy and my field that I know when something's off. So I'll just check there or check various things. But every day I'm checking for things. So is that what you meant, Kaylin? He's also saying, I generally feel abundant and glowy, but still am not seeing it financially. Is my practice off? Well, let's dive a little deeper into this money piece. Money is at infinity. You are aligned in all of your chakras. Your left receiving hand, however, is blocked. So it's not going to come in. There are programs, about 50 programs in that left receiving hand. So I would clear that. Let me see. It feels like there's something bigger here. So if you were to create an avatar for, let's call it your ideal way to make money. You create the avatar, you put in the rings how the end result of that would be. What would it feel like to have your most ideal way of making money? Would you be helping people? Would you be building things? Would you be creating something? So whatever that looks like, put that in the rings. If you don't have a clue, then put, I need clarity. Ask for clarity in the rings about how this ideal way of making money should be. So right now, that avatar doesn't have a grounding cord. So give it a grounding cord. It also doesn't have any earth energy coming up through the legs. There's no worry circle, but the heart is not open. It's actually closed. So I think this is more of the issue. Like the money vibration is high, but the money doesn't know where to go or what to create. So this needs to get clear, grounded, and flowing so that then it can start to become more manifest. Heart, there are 50 programs in the root chakra of this avatar that are causing the heart to close down. And then it's hard for you to be passionate about anything. That's what will happen when the heart is open, flowing. Okay, you're working as I'm talking. So now the heart's grounded, it's open, it's flowing in and through the whole circle. And if you bring your oversoul down through this, that's connected. Okay, great. Circle, the central orbit is clear. There's still some programs in this avatar. There's about 20 programs in the root chakra that has some fury in place. So there's another avatar I want you to create. So that would be for this. The other avatar I want you to create, because this one is looking pretty good now, but is a wee space with your relationship with money. Because it seems like there's resentment there. And so you need to create a new relationship with this friend called money so that you can co-create together. And so in the rings, put the kinds of things that you love to co-create with money and how you want to feel with money. You want to feel appreciative and excited and blessed and abundant and just, yeah, excited to all the things that you're going to do with money, create memories, create new experiences, put all that in the rings. So that relationship space is grounded, heart's open, flowing. Your oversoul stops at the crown where there's curses, 100 curses. So maybe you've cursed money in the past. And so now it's cursing you. Okay. So there's that, and then giving and receiving. So anyway, those two avatars, I would spend more time with them defining the rings, clearing the energy so that then your money can become more manifest. All right, keep me posted. All right, great. All right, Charisse, is there, I think this might need to be might have time for one more. Is there anything I need to clear to help my kids go to bed easier? It seems like they go crazy when it's bedtime now. They just started the last 2 to 3 weeks. So create an avatar, a dream space avatar for your kids. Right now, it has no grounding cord. So in these rings, you're going to put things like they look forward to going to bed. So you need to have some kind of a ritual, a wind down time. It's not like flip the switch. Okay, kids, get in bed. It's time to go to bed. You need to create some kind of a wind down. Okay, we're going to read a book. We're going to, you take a bath. We're going to get ready. Like get ready for this event called bedtime. And make it fun. Otherwise, they're not going to look forward to it. Reading a book, spending some time where you're unwinding, maybe listening to some music or a meditation or something. But you also need to create an avatar for this space. So in the rings, you've got your intentions. You want them to have a full night's rest where they wake up refreshed and maybe they have good dreams and they have adventures at night on the astral plane. So yes, it's grounded now, good earth, no worry circle. The heart's not grounded. In fact, it's closed. There are 50 programs at the heart of this avatar. And So that's creating fear. So maybe they are not looking forward to going to bed because maybe they have bad dreams, and that's not something to look forward to. All right, so out the right arm, left receiving hand blocked with some programs, about 50. Great. So that's running through all of those upper rings. So in the last chapter or two of my book, I outline how to create and use avatars if you're confused or unsure. If I haven't explained it well enough, I know I kind of go through this kind of quickly. But that will help, I think, immensely between having a wind down phase and period that could be up to a half hour or an hour of winding down, getting ready for bed, and then making sure this avatar is clear. All right, good luck, Shrees. All right. Glad you're here, Rico. All right, let's see if we have a question here that we haven't addressed yet. Been using Feel Free Tonic. Okay, here is Kimberly. I've been using Feel Free Tonic. It's Kratom. It's helped me not drink alcohol, but can you tell me if this is just an addictive, please? Yeah, because sometimes you can just replace one with the other. Kratom for you vibes at 250. That's a no. That's bringing your frequencies down. So I think what would be more helpful for you, Kimberly, is to look at what is causing you to, like, what is it that you're trying to avoid? Why do you want to drink the alcohol? Like, what feelings are coming up that's like, oh, that feels horrible. I just want to drink, or I just want to smoke a joint or drink the kratom or whatever it is. So one thing that will really help is if you get grounded. Right now you have no grounding cord. So all of these energies that are causing you to feel bad are building up. And so causing you to leave your body because it doesn't feel comfortable. So that's one other way that you're trying to address all of these uncomfortable energies. You're only occupying your body like 2%. There is a lot of fury in your field that's not yours from programs in your root chakra. Wow, okay, 500. Clear these 500 programs in your root chakra that are creating this fury in your field that's kicking you out, making you feel uncomfortable, and wanting to make you feel like you want to drink or smoke or do kratom. I think that will help immensely to help you get back in your body. There's also something going on at your solar plexus. There's a powerlessness around all of this, where you feel powerless around it, like this addiction has got you. In your solar plexus, okay, there are 10 demons. So this is a dark energy, obviously, but nothing to be afraid of. We're the ones with the bodies. They don't have bodies. So this is why we are far more powerful than any of these energies that infiltrate into our field. So dissolve and transmute these attachments of these demons. You could even command them out of your space, pull them and their cords out of your solar plexus, because they're also contributing to this angry energy in your field. They may have come into your field while you were drinking, because that's why they even call some alcohol spirits. They open a portal for the spirits to come in. So clear that. Yeah. Between those two things, the 500, that was a lot. So that should help a lot. And if you need more help, let's do a quick 30-minute session and get to some of the deeper issues around some of this stuff. All right, I think that just about wraps it up. Um, okay, let's do this one here from Canty. I think you might be new. Looks like a new name. We'll do this. Will be the last one. When I dropped my son at school, I saw a guy look at me. DD did a salt cleanse, but I feel the cords coming back. What can I do to remove this? Well, let's see if this person is cording to you. In your root chakra, he has 3 cords, and he's putting fear in your field. So likely you already have fear that he's kind of coming in on. He's climbing into your field with fear that's already in your energy field. So you can just pull him out, never cut cords. That leaves residual energy behind. So pull it out, send it back, and let's calibrate how much fear you do have in your field. Only 15% in the root chakra. Well, it's from this guy. So so take that out. It feels like there's something else that you need some information about. So hang on just a second. Okay, so here it is. The frequency that's calling this in is you have an energy in your field that's at 100%, and this is the energy of being victimized or victim energy. It's at your crown, actually. It's held in place by 100 cords. These are AI cords, that AI being ancient interference, that are putting this frequency of being victimized in your field. And so then you start like looking, searching, who's looking at me, who's going to victimize me, who's, your radar is on hyper alert. So that's the energy that needs to be cleared, so you don't call in these weirdos that are trying to cord to you, because they can sense this victim energy. And so nothing to be afraid of, because you can be the master of your own energy field. 7, 6, 5. So you are quite the energy master. I'll say that. You cleared that victim energy from your crown. So well done. There's nothing to be afraid of. You are the master of your energy. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. It's been my pleasure to be of service to all of you. If you'd like more, come back next week. If you'd like even more like help, one-to-one help, you can email support. You can visit my website, and there's lots of options. So we do have our next luminary activation, which is quite the energy clearing for only $49. And this next month is going to be about the golden age activation. We are starting to step into these frequencies of more community, building communities, wanting to connect more with people. And it's not something that we're waiting for. We're not waiting for the solar flash, a new president, med beds. We're not waiting for any of these things. We're actually creating it. So that's what we're doing with the next luminary activation. It's the first Thursday of every month. So you can join us at 11 a.m. and we'll be doing that. So that's also the first day of our next 12-day program. When these programs are up on my website, we'll let you know. They're not quite ready yet, but much to be excited about, looking forward to. All right, I'll see you guys all next week, and thank you all for being here. Have a blessed night. Namaste.